Hey everyone, my name is Kurt, and welcome to Kurt's Pop-Tart Review. Today's flavor, it's a highly requested flavor. That's right, frosted s'mores. I've never had these before, much like many of the Pop-Tarts I've been trying on this channel, and this one is probably considered a classic. I looked it up and it was released in 1992. This Pop-Tart flavor, it is 28 years old. Probably one of the oldest flavors in all of the Pop-Tart discography, and I cannot wait to try it. Of course, we're going to be trying it in 4 different ways today, not 3. We're going to be taking it out of the box, eating it raw, throwing it in the freezer, freezing it, and toasting it. And the last one, I'll save it for last. It might be the new wave of tasting Pop-Tarts. So as I'm opening this, I'm getting a really heavy cinnamon smell. It smells very good, and this Pop-Tart, once again, is not very good looking, but it smells quite good. Unfortunately, smell, as we've learned, is not the only indicator of if the Pop-Tart is going to be good. If you've seen my fudge Pop-Tart review, it was pretty awful, but it smelled great. Anyway, let's just taste this. So I'm suspecting a recurring thing with these Pop-Tarts is that if you do not freeze them, if you do not toast them, if you eat them right out of the box, they're going to be a much blander state than if you actually put the effort in to make them taste a little bit stronger. This is no exception. It's a little bit bland when you taste it, but you get a nice chocolatey flavor, not really tasting the marshmallows, and a cinnamony aftertaste, which I quite enjoy. This is probably one of the better Pop-Tarts I've had just straight out of the box. And yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised, and I think it's only going to taste better when we pop it in the toaster and we throw it in the freezer. So let's go ahead and do that. We got the Mega Toaster today, boys and girls. Whew, check it out. Alright, so here we are at the Mega Toaster. As you can see, I've gained a little bit of weight in the thighs because of all the Pop-Tarts I've been eating, but that's just fine, honestly. So we're going to go ahead and put this Pop-Tart in the Mega Toaster and taste it. Chocolate and marshmallow filling camped out inside a chocolate frosted graham cracker crust. Odds are they're tastiest toasted. That's what the tagline says for this particular brand of Pop-Tart, and I'm excited. As you can see, the Super Toaster has done its job toasting the Pop-Tart, and it's cooled down a bit, so let's give it a taste. I have to say, this is a contender. This might be top tier, S tier. This is very good. Let me give it another bite. Wow. Talk about flavor enhancement. Not only the flavors are all enhanced, you can taste the chocolate more clearly, you can taste the graham cracker crust more clearly, and of course, you can finally taste the marshmallows, which I couldn't do in the raw taste test. The graham cracker crust is no longer flimsy, it's nice and crunchy just like a graham cracker, and it actually resembles a s'mores. That is very impressive for highly processed food. That is some good stuff. I'm going to eat the rest of this later, but we got 2 more tests to go. We got the freezer test, and we got the mystery bonus test for this particular Pop-Tart. As you can see, there's a little frost going on. These have been in the freezer for about 30 minutes. A lot of time when we freeze these Pop-Tarts, the sweetness of the filling is usually accentuated, and the crust and the frosting on top is usually kind of leveled down even further than the raw flavor. So let's see how this fares. They look relatively the same, obviously. They're super cold, and let's enjoy. Don't bother. There's a faint chocolatey flavor, but the rest you just taste how processed the Pop-Tart actually is. I do really like the chewiness of the frozen Pop-Tarts. The texture is probably the best in general. It's time to unveil the secret 4th technique that we'll probably never revisit again. Boom, we just spilled stuff all over the floor, but we got a nice lukewarm Pop-Tart right out of the microwave. I don't know how long I was supposed to put it in, but it seems like it's extremely mushy now. As you can see, it's kind of like peeling off the plate. Very melted, I guess. I'm not sure what the purpose of this is. I guess if you don't have a toaster, I guess we're going to try it. Maybe it's good. It's okay, surprisingly okay. Not offensive in any way, but it's assuredly going to be worse than toasting it every single time just because it's mushy. Unless you want a mushy Pop-Tart, it's pretty much the same flavor profile as toasting it, so we're not putting it on the tier list, and we're probably never going to be microwaving our Pop-Tarts ever again, unless we don't have a toaster. Maybe we'll do it in place of a toaster in the future, but let's get to our tier list right now with our first ever S tier. We are going to put the toasted s'mores right up there. Well deserved. So for the right of the box flavor, we'll put it right at the top of B. And lastly, when you freeze it, not too shabby. We'll give it high on the C tier, right at the top of the C tier. So a lot of y'all put your necks out on the line for this flavor, and it was a success. This is one of the best Pop-Tarts I've ever had, and I would highly recommend it. If you liked the video, well, I'm happy. Hell yeah. See you next time.